Yeah.
Welcome to the Rhinebeck Scoop. I'm your host, Jennifer C., and I'm dishing out social commentary about our beloved town. Hey guys, if you like this show, don't be shy. Tell a friend. And even more important, give us a 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen. You guys, we really need some ratings. I have to say that. So please make sure you do that. Thank you so much. Rhinebeck, this is your radio show. So please give me topics you would like me to discuss. DM me, email me, or leave me a voicemail. I will keep you anonymous unless you specify. Today we are discussing the Bard tragedy, the CNN presidential debate, and our secret guilty pleasures. Well, first of all, I have to say, do you guys like my new mic?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's colorful.
It's colorful. It's a big pink foam thing that goes on the mic, and it looks like a big pink D. So it's pretty exciting. If I start licking it or doing anything inappropriate, just...
We'll start video. That will get you ratings, my friend.
Absolutely. I'll definitely do it. And I know Matty took a picture, so hopefully that will go on Instagram and we can show you my nice pink D. Sure. Okay, so let's move on to some Boujee Banter. Matty, I don't know if you remember, I don't think Jen was here, but I did this in one episode, and that was the episode I trashed. And I talked about who has the biggest, bougiest balls here in Rhinebeck, and I have someone new, and that is Eric Steinman. And I will tell you why. He was on episode 15, and he is the editor-in-chief of the Hudson Valley Pilot. And I just loved when he called for early dismissal for Red Hook schools. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. He just took it upon himself and did that. And I think that is the coolest thing. Like, forget the superintendent. Who cares? Just do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. It was pretty awesome. So I have to say, Eric, I'm really impressed by that. I emailed him. He did it by accident, of course. And you have to understand that he was moderating the local debates that week. Plus, he cooks every meal for his family. He had said that. And plus, he's recovering from sex with Madonna. So I totally understand all these things. And that is from episode 15. You can go back to the Mary Fuck Kill and understand that. So we get it, Eric. I'm not getting many laughs here, so I guess it's not that funny, but I thought it was pretty funny how he just called for early dismissal. So I was pretty impressed by that.
He's a rebel.
He's a rebel. He is. So good job on that. Let's switch gears and discuss a recent tragedy. And that is a Bard graduate student was killed shortly after graduation just over a month ago in late May 2024. And I am going to read you the Daily Catch summary. Just hours after she took her master's degree in music at Bard Saturday afternoon, a Vietnamese woman was struck and killed by a car that jumped the sidewalk as she walked home near the historic village diner in the village of Red Hook. The death of Linh Hong Nguyễn, 25, was confirmed by Bard President Leon Botstein and Frank Corliss, director of the Bard Conservatory. Police on Tuesday continued to release virtually no details of the incident, but said that speed played a role in the incident, which involved a Ford Fusion 2017. The driver of that car remained at the scene and is cooperating with investigators, according to the sheriff. He did not disclose whether the driver was intoxicated or distracted. No arrests have been filed against the driver as of Tuesday afternoon. Please remember, you guys, this was a month ago. The investigation is being handled by Dutchess County Sheriff's Office. This is pretty sad is what this is. And I feel terrible for the family who has come here from Vietnam to deal with this tragedy. It's shocking. And I think the strange part is we're over a month into this, and the driver's name has not been released, and no one has any information about the driver. So let me read again, Daily Catch. This is article number 2. The driver who struck and killed Bard MA Music graduate Linh Nguyễn is not a politician, a public figure, or a famous person, and his name is being withheld because the investigation is ongoing, according to the Dutchess County Sheriff. The man, who is from Dutchess County but not from Rhinebeck or Red Hook communities, also has not been charged with an offense. Generally speaking, the Sheriff's Office does not release people's identities unless they are deceased or have been charged with the offense, said the Sheriff's spokesman. Now, here's where things get a little strange. First of all, have you guys heard the rumor on the Nextdoor app of who this person is?
No.
Okay. So the rumor is it was a man leaving a strip club, no judgment, in Albany, and he was coming home, and this is what happened. I don't know. They did not say he was drunk or on drugs or anything like that, but that's the rumor going around on Nextdoor. Again, not saying it's true. Very much hearsay. Here's where things get a little odd. In 2014, 2 Bard students were killed in a hit and run, and the driver's name was released immediately after the event. The tragedy occurred on the night of January 31st, 2014, and USA Today had the name of the driver on February 1st, 2014, just one day later. So what do we think's going on here?
I've been following this story since the moment it broke, and I am very curious. I think one possible difference is that person was highly inebriated and was immediately charged on the spot with whatever the highest level DWI you could be charged with, manslaughter, everything else. So that is a difference. The only other part of the detail which I recall reading was that there were skid marks indicating that they're trying to stop somehow. And excessive speed was mentioned in the initial investigation.
And this is a 2024 incident?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I don't understand why they have not concluded the investigation. You could guess a lot of things, but it would be conjecture. You know, maybe they were looking for more witnesses. They're trying to corroborate his story or her story. I don't even know if it's a him or a her. It's something which was devastating to the Bard community, obviously. And it brought back not only the 2014 incident, but many years before that, President Botstein's daughter was also killed in a car accident.
Whoa. I didn't know that.
Near Bard.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Okay. I also was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were saying that nowadays, if you pull over a judge, back in the day, 35 years ago, you pull over a judge, let's say, and they're drunk. Well, you could, be the police person that drives them home and everything's swept under the rug. But they said nowadays they're not doing that. They're absolutely not doing that anymore. So I don't know. This one's a tough one. I hope we find out the identity soon, just because to bring relief to the family and to the community and everything. And it's just a tough one. But I thought it was something that, even though it's not funny or anything, I just wanted to bring it up because it is news and it's something that we haven't talked about here.
Well, also, there's a history of speeding drivers in the area. People have not always killed somebody else, but there's been multiple accidents where people have died over the last several years from speeding, from drinking and driving. I mean, we have to assume that this is probably not a DWI incident because you would have tested the person on the spot and they'd be arrested on the spot if they came back positive.
I wonder if they're also testing for some type of toxicology that's new, like maybe there's something with edibles that they have to test and it takes a long time. I don't know enough, but it'll be interesting to see. And of course, we give our condolences to Lynn's family and we wish them the best. We're going to move on to something that's not Rhinebeck centered, but is kind of fun to talk about. And that is the first presidential CNN June 27th debate between President Biden and technically former President Trump. And I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it. I am not going to delve into the super politics. I have a feeling all three of us are on the same side of all of this, but I just wanted to see what you guys thought of it.
You're just moving from one catastrophe to another.
Pretty much, yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't one of President Biden's better performances. I was shocked at the split screen visuals when his mouth was agape and his eyes looked sort of, he didn't look clear. The format completely helped Trump. He was restrained. He was polite. He sounded presidential. I mean, forget about the lies. But, and the point is that there really isn't a choice. No matter how Biden looked, all you have to do is read the platform for Trump's candidacy, and it's just horrifying. So it's really important to think about substance and policy and not just performance.
I don't really understand why Biden called for this debate. It was unnecessary. On top of that, we saw again how terrible debates are conducted, which is one person says nonsense and none of it's fact-checked. None of it. I mean, this is a perfect venue for someone who wants to lie continually because they're not getting called out on it. And it doesn't really help that after the debate's over, they find all the lies and talk about it. The people who have just...
11:57 at night.
Right.
Come on.
So, exactly. So if you don't do it in real time, then it's useless because the low information voter who's tuning in just for the debate, understandably, this is the way they're going to catch up on what's going on. They don't really pay attention. This is their big time spent. It's like watching the Super Bowl or something for them. They don't know how to distinguish every one of those lies.
That's a really good point. The idea of just having in real time fact checking, I think, is a good idea. For me, so why did I watch it for this show, number one? But also I watched it because I must have seen on the skim. So I went on to CNN and I was like, CNN's going to say Biden did amazing and blah, 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 because they're so liberal leaning, which is fine. And then I went on to CNN and it was just a disaster. So then I checked MSNBC and they're saying, oh my God, they're like the liberal mecca. And they're saying, oh my gosh, he did so badly. So I was like, okay, I have to watch this. Well, first of all, I like when Bill Clinton said it's better to be strong and wrong because he made that prediction and he's right. I'm sorry, but he's right. I mean, people may hate Trump, but he is a gaslighter and he's really good at making you believe. I mean, when he was talking about abortion and he was saying that the baby is born and that's an abortion, I'm like, wait a minute, but that's what? That's not an abortion if the baby's born.
It's called murder.
Yeah, thank you. Amen. But he's so
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but he's so good, like what you were saying, Matty and Jen, that voters and people that don't know would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense because it's the way he delivers it.
It's a superpower.
I have been telling people for years and people laugh at me and I'm finally glad it's out. Back in the day when Trump was elected, back in the day, I was like, you guys, Trump is smart. And people were like, no, he's an idiot. He's dumb. I'm like, no, he's not. He's smart in a different way than Obama and Biden. He's sly as a fox.
Yes.
And you're right. That's his superpower. So when he was saying some of this bullshit, and I am now convinced that he lives in the multiverse because I don't know what reality we were talking about in that debate. I'm like, really?
Oh, you're not tethered to the truth if you're a sociopath.
Yeah, that's true. Of course. So I really liked when Trump called our country a rat's nest and kept calling us failing. I was like, that's a little insulting. And then I have to say Biden, to me, obviously he messed up many ways, but he really didn't need to go down to Trump's level with the golf.
The golf thing was insane.
I mean, come on. It was just a pissing contest.
So at that point, something happened. I completely snapped and I just started laughing uncontrollably. I started to laugh and cry. I thought I was going to pee myself.
I texted you at that point.
I don't know what happened. And then I found myself like walking around the island in the kitchen, like flapping. Yeah, I don't know. I think I cracked. It was bad. I never thought I would see that ever in my lifetime.
He didn't talk about abortion. I'm talking about Biden, but he talked about golf.
I thought of it as this whole thing after I watched it as the Democrats purposely set up Biden to fail so they could find another candidate. Do you agree?
No.
Here's the reason why that can't be true.
No.
They don't have anyone?
No, putting that aside.
They do. There are plenty of people, but that's not what happened.
The idea that the Democrats could get together and do anything is really not possible. I'm sorry. I'm not putting them down because I'm not going to vote in that direction, just because that doesn't happen.
There's no coordinated effort for him. Yeah. He did that all by himself.
Okay, so he stepped in his own shit. Nice, President Biden. Not much else to say, right?
No.
Yeah, we're pretty much done with that. And I'll never think of golf the same way again. Let's continue on to something more fun. Little bit of white people problems, but more a funny segment of it. So today I want to talk about our secret guilty pleasures. And Jen, would you like to go first?
Yes, I would. My first secret guilty pleasure is Fritos.
I thought you were going to say freedom.
Oh my God. How did you read my mind like that? Oh, crazy. Fritos. I love the processed food so much, and Fritos is my favorite.
See, I haven't eaten them in so long. They're the yummy corn chip, right?
They are, but corn chip on crack.
Yeah.
Because they're just, and you can't just have one. And I will make chili just so I can eat Fritos. I love them that much. I mean, I'm like, I eat really healthy.
Yeah, you do.
But no, I love my Fritos.
Okay, I love that. I love Fritos too. I love Cheetos.
Ooh. Which one do you like more, the puffy or the thin ones?
When I could eat all this stuff, puffy.
I'll take either one. I would never kick them out of bed.
And then do you have a second one?
I love escapism in the form of movies. So I like really stupid rom-com comedies. I'm like, I could watch like a Will Ferrell movie 17 times. I love music and lyrics with Drew Barrymore and what's that handsome?
Why would you feel guilty about that?
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
But that doesn't sound guilty. I mean, if you said you could watch Hallmark movies, then I'd start.
Okay, I don't watch Hallmark movies, but I
watch an occasional Hallmark movie.
But you don't think that's like weird that like I can watch it like 20 times?
That's everybody's rom-com thing is that way.
Yeah, sorry, that doesn't count.
That's
all right, I'll just stay
normal.
with my Fritos.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's a guilty pleasure.
I thought it was. I'm not watching like always the intellectual.
But it's very American.
I like mind numbing.
Yeah, but that's very American. we like to numb our minds here in America. We like to dumb ourselves down. I'll watch an occasional Hallmark movie during Christmas. I watch them. Not a lot. I can't do the thing where people just constantly watch them, but I'll watch one or two to get me in the Christmas mood. Yeah, why not?
No judgments here.
Yeah. Matty.
As far as viewing
this better be
things,
good.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go guilty
better
pleasures,
not be intellectual. I will freak the fuck out.
Oh, no, I'm going straight to TikTok.
You're on TikTok?
I'm on every social media platform.
Okay.
Or, I mean,
are you on
everyone.
X?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I could watch all sorts of things on TikTok for too much time. You know, they design it like a slot machine. And
like,
that's why.
Really?
Endless scrolling is.
Like cat videos, what?
Cat videos are at 7 hours. I could lose 7 hours. Cat videos. As far as food, I won't go to the processed food. I'm sorry, but I will name two of my favorite guilty pleasures. One from Empire Bakery in New York, which is a large version of a yodel that they make in-house. That is amazing because it's real whipped cream, real chocolate cake, and it's wrapped, and it's like a giant yodel. On the same vein of Drake's cakes done in an artisanal way, Boujee Bakery, which is French Laundry's bakery, they make the same thing, only it's a ring ding. They don't call it a ring ding because they can't. There is actually also a bakery down in Soho, which makes, I don't know how they get away with this. They make what they call ring dings, and they make like 30 flavors of them.
Okay, so my birthday is December 11th.
Okay.
So will you bring
want
me
the giant yodel?
I want the yodel.
Oh, definitely.
I want to try a little bit, and I want a picture with the yodel.
Yeah. And you know what I mean? It's usually wrapped in foil when you buy them in a...
Come on. Do I know what you mean? I used to eat absolute garbage back in the day, which put me in my situation now.
Yodels are still good.
Yeah, yodels are amazing. I love the Fritos, the yodels, the ding dongs. Can I just tell people, if I could eat the way I want, I would not be eating this way. I just want everyone to know that. It would be McDonald's all the time and Five Guys and stuff, but I have to eat super healthy.
And here's a real weird question. Why are they called yodels here and ho-hos in other places?
They're the same?
They're the same? I thought they were different.
Yeah, I thought they were different.
Pretty much the same thing.
Well, I wanted to comment on your TikTok thing. Craig, my husband, is not allowed to have TikTok because he would just never accomplish anything in life. So, because he loves Reels so much that we don't allow him. And then with the cat videos, do you watch cat stuff too?
I do.
Okay. No, that's fine. I get that. I like cat stuff. I watch stuff with pandas.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Sure.
My favorite panda one, I think, got hacked and it's now playing porn. So I'm okay with that too, somehow. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm like, okay, this works for me too. Whatever, pandas, porn, it's all good. Are you ready for mine? Mine are way better than all. Yours are good, but not great.
Sure,
mine are
good.
All right. You're good. I'm going to blow your mind with this.
I'm ready.
Is it gluten-free?
It's not gluten-free. This one you're going to judge me for, Olive Rhinebeck. You ready for this?
Yes.
I watch and have always watched The Kardashians.
Oh.
Okay.
You don't think that's bad?
No.
I mean, I couldn't do it, but...
I mean, I watched the first season. It was fascinating.
This is NPR, BBC, PBS territory, and I just said I watched The Kardashians, and you had no reaction.
I mean, like I said, I couldn't do it.
I did for a year. I can see why. The vapidness is so real. It's fascinating.
It's just really bored rich people just living their lives. That's really what it comes down to. I'm going to say the most controversial statement I've ever said on this radio show, and that is I like the Kardashians, and here's why. Back in the day, if you were considered beautiful, you had to be tall and blonde and look a certain way. Like in my day, it was Christy Brinkley and Cheryl Tiegs. And the Kardashians were the ones who said it's okay to look ethnic. It's okay to be short. It's okay to be short and dark. And that's what I look like. So I respect that. I don't have their body types, but I respect that. And I think good for them for making all sorts of beauty acceptable. So that's why I like them.
Okay.
And that's why I follow them. And it may be wrong, but I don't care. Okay. So the next one is I love anything Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. So I'm big into Christina and Britney. And I think no one can top them. Like this whole people like Beyonce and Rihanna and all that kind of stuff. And they're great too. I'm not saying they're not great, but I think no one can top them.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something really controversial. This is tame.
This is tame.
Yeah.
What would be really controversial?
That you wanted to sleep with Donald Trump.
Okay, first of all, no, I would never say.
But that would be controversial.
That I have a thing for Donald
Trump.
Trump.
That you were like, he's so fucking hot. I want to rub my bosom in his nest of hair. I mean, that would be controversial.
Oh
that
my
would be
God.
controversial.
I want to fuck him on the 9th hole. Yeah, okay. No, definitely none of that. Okay, I thought I was going to be so controversial today. I'm kind of disappointed, but that's okay. All right, let's move on because I told Matty and Jen before I started the show. I swear, I gave them a whole thing. I was like, you tell me when I have 10 minutes left. I only want to stay to 20 minutes.
We're having so much fun.
We are. We're on 32 minutes. This is my fault. Now I'm stuck in editing for like 6 hours. Anyway, whatever. It's all fine. My sweet of the moment is I bought an infrared sauna and I'm obsessed. And that is my new big purchase. And I love doing it and it feels so healthy and it helps my body. So I'm very happy with that. And then my sour of the moment is July 4th has passed. So summer is halfway over and that makes me sad. Yeah, that makes me really sad. Leave feedback on anything I've said today. Agree with me. Tell me I'm wrong, whatever you want. Call and leave a voicemail at 845-307-7446 or email me at comments@radiofreerhinecliff.org. Follow me on Instagram at Free Spirit Podcasts. This show is produced by me, Jennifer C., Matty Rosenberg, and Jen Hammoud at Radio Free Rhinecliff. The next show will drop on Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. See you in 2 weeks. Love you, RBK.
Yeah.